What's up, good people? It's Chris with the Fat Black Girl Fitness, and today is episode 2 of Girl Talk. This video is basically why I'm not focused on fat loss as a goal right now. I did want to do a video about why it's okay if you're fat right now in this season, why it's okay for you to not be focused on fat loss as a goal. I'm going to give my reasons. I'm going to tell you some reasons about why you may not be losing weight, but why it's okay not to be focused on it. So let's address a few things. Like I said, I've gotten a couple of questions like, but you're plus size, right? Like, duh, your goal should be fat loss. And not every fat person's goal is to lose weight. Trust me, it's okay, okay? What ends up happening sometimes when people don't feel that your goal is weight loss, or they feel, more importantly, they feel your goal should be weight loss, you get a lot of unsolicited weight loss, diet, nutrition advice. And it's like, well, girl, I don't think I asked you your opinion about my weight and about how I need to lose it. So just be cognizant of that. You know, walking up to a fat person and giving them advice about how to lose weight is akin to walking up to a spouse and a married couple like, so when are you guys gonna have babies? You don't know what that person is going through, why they've gained the weight, if they're trying to lose a weight, if they are feeling discouraged and now you've brought attention to it. Like you don't know everybody's story. And it's important to be cognizant of the fact that just because someone is fat, that they may not be worried about losing weight right now. They could be recovering from something. They could be focused on trying to feed their family. Like there could be so many other things on that person's mind, and appeasing you with losing weight and appeasing you by getting thinner ain't one of the things. So just keep that in mind. All right, so here are some reasons that I am not particularly focused on fat loss right now. One of the main reasons is I have endometriosis. Here's a quick breakdown of what that is. Endometriosis is when endometrium grows outside of a woman's uterus. And you can look up what endometrium is. I'm not going to go into it on this video. Maybe another video. Let me know if you want to see that. Comment down below if you want to see that. It is very painful. Did I mention it was very painful? It is very painful. Now I'm taking something called Oralisa. I was also doing Lupron injections. What both of those medicines do essentially is put you into menopause. One of the side effects of both the medication and the condition is weight gain and bloating. I don't have any medical or scientific proof of this. However, in my first Girl Talk video, and I'll link a card to the video up at the top, I mentioned that I wasn't a really big child. I wasn't huge by any means. I was taller and I was thicker, and that was kind of it. And then once I hit puberty, I did tend to get a little bit bigger. And then adulthood, girl, bye. I've always had really intense cramps during my menstrual cycle, and I mean from jump, I would be curled into a ball, you know, just can't move, you know, just in a lot of pain. In addition to, I wasn't healthy eating, I wasn't exercising, I was a little bit more active in high school. In college, I walked around the campus until I got a car, you know, and then after that, girl, forget about it. I think that contributed to my weight gain, and it's, as you get older, it's more difficult to take that weight off, right? So one of the main reasons I'm not focused on weight loss right now or fat loss right now is it's difficult with endometriosis. I am not gonna lie, it is difficult. Another reason I'm not very focused on fat loss right now is because when I started my fat loss journey some years ago, I have been flying this old bird a long time. When I first started this journey, you know, you start, you're excited, you're consistent, you're watching everything you eat, you're in the gym 7 days a week, and I quickly reached burnout. My body was just tired. I wasn't giving it enough time to recuperate from working out because I was doing a lot of cardio at first. Then I restarted my journey as we do, and it was like, okay, let's pace ourselves. The weight's gonna come off. We don't have to, rush it off. And I was going at this point 4 times a week, and I had incorporated resistance and weights. And again, I was becoming obsessive. I'm not gonna say I became like anorexic or anything like that. Full disclosure, this may not make it into the video, but if it does, shout out to me for being brave. There was a point where I was vomiting. It was not a very long point because when I did some research, I research everything. I even research my vices, okay? When I did my research about it, I realized it can mess up your teeth. I am not in any way making light of anyone struggling with eating disorders. And if you are, my heart goes out to you. Please seek out professional help. That is not why I'm chuckling. I'm chuckling at the fact that I couldn't even keep up with the vice because I didn't want to mess up my teeth. So there was a point where I was doing that, and then I became super obsessive. And as in everyone's weight loss journey, you hit a plateau. And I plateaued, and I took it so hard. Okay, so I plateaued. Does that mean I'm eating too much? Let me cut more calories. Does that mean I'm not working out enough? Let me go add an extra day to the gym. And my body was like, nope, not having it. And my goal was to get out of the 300s. I will never forget this. I was working at a higher ed college in Naperville, and they had built an LA Fitness across the street. I was in the parking lot of that LA Fitness bawling because I had gotten to 302 pounds and could not break that plateau. You talk about heartbroken, like heartbroken. You yin and yang me. I was heartbroken, baby. I became so obsessive. I was cutting calories even to dangerous levels for the amount of energy I was expending. And then I got discouraged and quit. I become so fixated on numbers in terms of the scale, my measurements in inches, the number of calories I'm eating, the number of days I'm at the gym, the amount of weight I'm lifting, amount of time I'm on the elliptical or the treadmill. I get so obsessive, and it's just not healthy. It doesn't help anything. So what are some reasons that you may not be losing weight? These are just a few notes that I've jotted down just from things that I know from my own experience and from my research. You definitely want to go to a doctor and a nutritionist to determine exact reasons, but I'm just giving you kind of general ideas as to why. So one of the main reasons is the most obvious, right? You're probably eating too much for the amount of energy you are expending. Think of the body as just a walking equation. Your intake has to be less than your output. So if fat loss is your goal, just try to make sure that you end up in a caloric deficit and that you're not eating more than you're expending. I feel like that's a good way to explain it. So the second reason is one reason that I battled with is that you're eating too little. When I tell y'all it made me so mad, I know. I know, sis. If you're eating too little and you're expending a lot of energy, your body goes into starvation mode and it starts to hold on to everything you take in, because it's not sure when it'll get enough nourishment to sustain itself. Our bodies are very smart and they know how to survive, even when we don't. So if you're not eating enough, you may see a slowdown in the progression of you losing weight. And ugh, I hate it for you, girl, because that is the worst. The other reason is one that I know very well because of my condition, and that is hormones. Post-puberty, hormones play such a huge role in our bodies. And if you are battling with a condition like the one I have, endometriosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS is another one that's really big that affects weight loss. Hormones can alter how you lose weight. They may cause bloating, they may cause weight gain. If you're a man, low testosterone or low T can also affect your weight loss. If you are feeling sluggish, not yourself, having trouble with erection, stuff like that, that could be a factor. You could have low T, could be something else. I am not a doctor, but I do know the Lord and the pardon of my sins. So if you have a hormone imbalance of some sort, either male or female, or whatever gender identity you subscribe to, that could affect your fat loss. And then there are a myriad of other reasons. So like I said, you always want to go to a doctor, a nutritionist, have them look you over, tell you what's going on. So the last thing I want to talk about is why it's okay to not focus on fat loss if you are a fat person. And I really want to drill this in because fat people get a lot of pressure to lose weight. It's annoying. It's like, back up off me. I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm cool with where I am. And there's some people that will shame you because you're saying, I'm good where I am. One of my favorite artists, Erykah Badu, shout out to E. Badu and Jilly from Philly. That verses was amazing. Erykah Badu has a song where she says, I'm all right with me, period. I'm all right with me. And it's okay that I'm all right with me. Sometimes you're just working out because you want to be active. You want to move around. You are a naturally athletic person, even if you're fat. And you want to be active, and that's fine. Do not let anybody pressure you to worry about your weight. Newsflash, some fat people are okay with their size. I know it's bothering you, but there are some fat people who are perfectly fine with being fat. You might be okay with your shape, which is a little bit different than your size. So I actually have somewhat of an hourglass shape. I have a little bit of a bigger belly, but my waist kind of comes in, and then my hips are pretty proportionate to my breasts. And if you are a curvaceous woman or man, non-binary, you may want to keep your size the way it is. And that's perfectly fine. Be all right with yourself. Another reason why you may not want to focus on fat loss right now is you just want to get the discipline of following a workout regimen. I totally get that, because sometimes throwing in nutrition and fitness and balancing it all is tough. And a lot of it is an equation, and it's about figuring out what works for your body. Sometimes you want to get one component down and under your belt before you add something else in the mix, and that's okay too. Never let anybody tell you that you're wasting your time. You need to figure out your diet. You know, all of that comes when you're ready for it to be incorporated. And you don't have to move at anyone else's pace but your own. So that's all I got for today. I just wanted to have another girl talk with you because you're my girls. What's up, girl? Hey, girl. Hey, girl. So I just wanted to chat with you about why I'm not putting fat loss in the mix right now. I'm not giving it any energy, and I'm okay. Now, if you're not okay, you probably want to talk to somebody about that, but I'm okay. And again, I always want to hear what you want to see. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.